It's not a lie if it's true.
Hello, Ms. McGrath? This is me. Okay, I got you on the phone. We're going to open up the meeting in just a couple of minutes. Okay.
All right, before we get started, our clerk is not going to be here, so I'm asking Trustee Williams.
Yes, sir. If you give me just a minute, I just found out. You should move over.
All right, I'm going to call the Committee of the Whole to order. Trustee Williams, please call the roll.
Trustee Coleman.
Here.
Trustee Johnson.
Here.
Trustee Carter.
Here.
Trustee Williams here. Trustee Burns here. Trustee Sapp here.
Okay. All right. The item we have on the agenda, item to authorize professional services with John Howard for the office of the Attorney General for the village of Sauk Village. And we've had this before, so if you bring this back again as a discussion, so who would like to
Trustee Sapp. So we originally talked about the resolution for this particular position and the need for the village. And the purpose of this position is to start an investigation of this administration, to talk about what's going on in our village, our finances and everything. So that was why we were adamant about this particular position.
Hey, here you go.
So I have a copy of the resolution there, I want to review.
Yeah.
Hello?
Can operate here like every fifth word. Now it's better.
Okay, I have a copy of the resolution for everyone to review.
Are you, okay, I need, this the resolution?
That's the resolution.
There's a contract. There's a contract that goes with this resolution, which unfortunately cannot be discussed.
Turn the mic
Hold
on.
on. 1 second. He didn't
Turn the mic
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I am.
So in this resolution, we talk about approving the contract establishing this particular position. And I have a copy of the contract for review.
You have a copy of the contract?
Yes.
Where is that? Is that in your Oh, okay, because I saw the resolution. No?
We're going to go into executive session to discuss this particular contract,
Which was on the next
which is
agenda.
on the next meeting, which was not.
You can go into executive session on this agenda.
I don't,
Sure.
Okay, I'd like to go into executive session.
I'll ask my lawyer, can we go, okay.
I don't believe there's an agenda item for the executive session, so our position would be
Did you hear that, Mr. McGrath?
I second.
not on the agenda.
Go ahead, sir, you said it's not on the agenda?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I second.
You can't motion if it's not on the agenda.
I believe it. We're told.
Executive session is always on the agenda.
There's no, it's not on this
It's
agenda.
not on the committee agenda because the
It doesn't have to be printed on the agenda. You can always go into executive session.
second motion to go into executive.
I didn't call for a motion.
I second your motion.
It's illegal.
I didn't call for a motion.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath, the mayor does not want to call for.
I didn't say I didn't want to, I said I did not. I did not say I didn't want to, I said I did not call for a motion. I'm not talking to you, talking to your lawyer. I'm not talking to you again. If you feel that you don't want to comply,
Trustee Coleman, are we going into executive session? Yes.
I didn't take the roll. Mr. Attorney, can they take the roll call without me acknowledging?
I think if they're seeking a motion and you don't call for one, they can appeal for appealing the they can hear that.
Yes.
No, he needs money. His mic start working. This one's working now. Grab this one. Thank you.
So it's gonna be one of these type of places. One of these type of places.
Okay, so if there was no motion made by, no motion called for by the mayor at this time, so the trustees, you can appeal that decision. And you've done that before, and you know, so you know the procedure for that.
Would you tell them the procedure, because that's not the procedure.
We just did it.
Would you tell them the procedure, sir?
Of course I will, Mayor. So, you weren't recognized, so now you're gonna do appeal, you're gonna do an appeal. You need a motion to appeal and a second.
I have a motion to appeal on the floor.
I second.
Okay, is there any discussion?
No discussion.
Okay, so what you do is if you want to sustain the mayor's decision, you vote yes. If you want to reverse it,
Just for clarity, he didn't really make or not make a motion. He just ignored it. He asked you a question about the motion. So I'd like to be clear, since I'm the president. Mr. Mayor, would you like to call for a motion for an executive session tonight?
I had asked earlier, do we need to go into executive session for personnel? So, and it's only going to be for personnel that we have right now. I'm not going back there for anything else but that.
And this is considered personnel.
I have no idea what you're going to be discussing.
No, it's going to be, you'll be back there. It's going to be I guess they're going to discuss.
Section of the open meeting act that you're going into closed session for.
Yes, you have to.
It is personal.
So first of all, I want to make sure, Mr. Mayor, that your stance on calling an executive session as well. Because we can't.
What I'm trying to say, and what I'll say again, is I will ask for it, but it's going to be for personnel and personnel only, and this particular personnel. I'm not going to go back there. If it gets to that point where we start going off topic or whatever, we're going to end the executive session at that. So I'll ask for a motion to go into executive session. The top. Pardon me? The topic is personnel. Madam Clerk, would you please, I'm sorry, Trustee Williams, please come. I'm asking for a motion. I'm asking for a motion.
Second.
It was moved by Trustee, okay, and second, it's moved by Trustee Sapp, second by Trustee Burns. Madam Clerk, keep saying Madam Clerk. Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Yes.
Trustee Sapp.
Yes.
Trustee Curtis.
Yes.
Trustee Williams. Yes. Trustee Johnson.
Yes.
Motion carried. We're going to executive session. We'll be back.
Try this one for a while. I was trying it earlier, to see if it was going to work.
Testing.
Well, turn it off for now, because now it'll come on.
Trustee, we're gonna get started. Trustee, Martin, get ready to start.
That's why I'm heading home.
You can't do that. You get
Everybody? Mayor? Everybody?
Hello?
Attorney McGrath?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get you resuming in a few minutes. Just want to get you on the phone.
Okay, I'm going to ask for a motion to reconvene. Need a second on the reconvene. Okay. Moved by Trustee Coleman, second by Trustee Carter. Madam Trustee Williams, could you call the roll? Okay, Madam Clerk, would you call the roll? Okay.
Trustee Burns?
Here.
Trustee Carter?
Here.
Trustee Coleman?
Here.
Trustee Johnson?
Here.
Trustee Sapp? Here. Trustee Williams here.
Okay, we'll move forward with this. Right now, it wasn't put on the agenda, but I'm added to it, public comment. So at this time, we'll have public comment. All questions and comments will be directed to the mayor, and all questions and comments will be for agenda items only. You have 3 minutes to speak, and you may not engage in debate, counter replies, or rebuttals. When you come up, please state your name, and we'll go from there. Okay, no one? Okay.
You know, is there a mic available on here?
Is that mic, those mics? I'm talking about those right there.
Or make that on your mic. Did everyone hear me clearly? Like the mic? Woo! Okay, how's that? Okay, I want to start my 3 minutes. I want to address a couple of things openly. I remember I was here before and I told the people that had questions, they'd come to me directly and ask me any questions because I'm transparent. It seems that someone has pulled up some information. Someone said I had 4 felony convictions. First of all, I have credentials through the Bureau of Criminal Identification. The FBI checks my background every 90 days. I have no criminal history, period. I wouldn't be able to do some of the things that I can do for the credentials I have from state police. Even active credentials I have from the Illinois Department of Professional Regulations, which someone pulled some information up in the past when I was reprimanded for someone saying something, and this thing was resolved. I have an active license. If you look at this is funny, because I have an active license from the same department that said, oh, we're going to reprimand you. And they wanted to reprimand me because I didn't have their license. I was using other licenses from other states because I travel across the country. I don't just sit in one spot. So I've trained people from state to state, from the East Coast to the West Coast. So when this come up, and I'm looking at this, I knew this was gonna come up, no one paid attention to active license. That's the only one I even care about. The one that I would train armed security. Now, yes, I do train armed police officers because I am Illinois Law Enforcement Training Standards Board certified. Worked with many commanders. I got commanders here. I have judges here. I have federal agents here right now that know me. They know my core values and my character. I have people that come from all walks of life that are here to support me. So the people that are afraid of what's coming, it's coming. I am here. I'm not going anywhere. So just get ready. And like I said before, I'm not just investigating just one person. That means everyone that's sitting up there, everyone's going to be an investigator. I'm going to use every resource, like I said before, every resource in my arsenal. Am I at 3 minutes yet?
1 minute.
I got 1 minute left? Okay, so every resource in my arsenal will be used to find the truth. That's the type of person I am. I'm not going to be juvenile. I'm not going to sling mud. I do expect that from people that are afraid and juvenile. So that's not me. I'm an adult. I'm a professional. And like I said before, I've been an executive director of a financial relations board. I have dual backgrounds. I've been in a nuclear site. Who's going to give me access to a nuclear control room if I was a freaking idiot? I almost said something else. But, you know, think of it. I'm sorry, time? Oh, shoot. Okay. This is loud.
David Smith, resident. Let me know when the 3 minutes starts. All right. Besides the background stuff that I don't even need to speak on right now, the background speaks for itself. The bottom line is Illinois state statutes, section 65 ILCS 5-8-1-7. No contract shall be made by the corporate authorities or by any committee or member thereof, and no expense shall be incurred by any of the officers or departments of any municipality, whether the object of the expenditure has been ordered by the corporate authorities, meaning you trustees up here, or not, unless an appropriation has been previously made concerning that contract or expense. Basically what that means in layman's terms is, if you don't have this position already in the budget, which I know for a fact you don't, let me continue now. Any contract made or any expense otherwise incurred in violation of the provisions of this section shall be null and void as to the municipality. You're violating Illinois state statutes. I dare anyone in here to consult with the lawyer here or Mr. McGrath on the phone and question this. Do your job correctly. Be professional, as the gentleman before me just said, and do things the right way.
David Fields. You know, Mr. Mayor, I don't blame Mr. Howard. If I was in his shoes, I'd do the same thing, because if I found me a bunch of in-out people, I would do the same thing. The very same thing. They ain't worried about my background? Huh? Yeah. If I'm seeking employment, I'm coming after those that I find that are inept. And that's what we're dealing with right now. And everybody that belongs to this village, that's a resident of this village, if you don't think this is going to affect you down the line, then you're fooling yourself. Because how could somebody not qualified possibly hire somebody that's not qualified? That don't even make sense, do it? I know it don't even make any type of sense. And nobody, and out of the 4 trustees that have put this thing together, and neither one of them qualified to make this judgment call. We have an inspector general already. If they so worried about an investigation, why you don't go through the proper authorities and do it the right way, instead of trying to slide through the back door with this situation here? Because that's what you're using. You're using the back door, and because that back door got closed, you found out, it was found out, and that back door got closed, and you found out you had to come through the front door. That's the only reason why this situation, we're dealing with this situation right now, right here today. To the citizens of Sauk Village, y'all are being hoodwinked. You're being hoodwinked, I'm telling you now, by your 4 trustees. You're being hoodwinked. Because there was another way that they could have went legitimately, and that was through the Inspector General for the state. They didn't have to go through this way. And it's like I say, no downfall on Mr. Howard. I don't blame him at all. I do the same thing he's doing. Yep. But there's a wrong way and there's a right way. And this is not the right way. And shame on you if y'all move forward with this situation. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You ready? Jeffrey Burns, resident for 25 years. The reason why I stayed 25 years, because I've been watching all this for 25 years. Now, as he so just gracefully, David said before me, there's a back door and there's a front door. But I didn't hear anybody speak about Dollar General. When they back door, they way up in here. Because we got a Dollar General that never came before the committee. No contract was talked about. But all of a sudden, we got a Dollar General sitting next to a Family Dollar. Nobody talked about that. Right? So that was back door. So if you need me to translate that for you, that's called a back door. Also, all this ain't been done for 4 years. That's what's gonna come back and haunt you later. Also, we don't have a budget. That's what's gonna come back and bite you. That's all the front door. This is the discussion, this is committee meeting. You talk about the contract today, this is the front door. Yes. The back door is when don't no contract come before the committee or the public for us to hear what's coming, and then it pop up over there. Oh, we got gambling over here. How much time I got? 1 minute? So when you see things popping up around Sauk Village that didn't come before the committee meeting, that didn't come before these trustees, but missing over 2 years ago, 3 years ago, what happened to that investigation? We don't hear nothing about the $87,000 that came up missing that was supposed to be investigated, but they ain't talking about that. What happened to that investigation? We still don't know what happened to that. Thank you.
I'd like to reiterate that we're talking about the agenda items only. I'm not trying to cut anyone off, but I'm trying to let them know.
Hello, good night, good evening. I'm Lisa Phelps, and I'm here in support of Mr. Howard again. Firstly, can you hear me? Firstly, I would just like to say that I think, and it's just my own opinion, I know that Mr. Howard does not have felony background, first of all. Secondly, you guys need a attorney general like him. He's gonna do the job transparently, and he's not gonna be biased in his judgments and in his results. So whatever you're looking for, favorable or not, he's gonna make that known. So maybe that's the problem, the reason why we're having so much trouble getting him in position. Because if you haven't had, I know this is not the agenda, sir. If you have not had a budget or audit in many years, then maybe it's time to have one. So that way everybody knows where the fingers are going to be pointed. And if you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, then you should be getting ready to stand and account for that, regardless to what it is, if it's a mistake or not. But I just stand behind Mr. Howard. I think he's a great person. I think he's a great businessman. I think he's also going to bring things to the village that disappeared years ago. I mean, I don't live here, but I used to frequent here a lot. And I think everybody is going to benefit from the things that he brings. And that's my opinion. Thank you.
Anthony Finch, a resident of Crete. First of all, thank you guys residents for your comments. I, personally want the IG. You talk about the back door and going to the state's attorney office. Well, I've been accused of stealing money, as you all know. So I want Mr. Howard to investigate me. I'm willing to take a lie detector, and I'm willing to ask you, Mr. Mayor, are you willing to take a lie detector with me as well? So when you speak about the budget, let me tell you what I do know about the budget. There's position, Public Works Director, Village Administrator Director.
Agenda items only. Agenda items only. The agenda is...
Fine, okay, agenda item. Well, if you say this position is not in the budget, it is in the budget. It can be allocated from other resources that has already been approved. One of the questions, because I want to ask you a question, Mr. Mayor. A stopgap measure is designed for what purpose? If we are talking about the budget, then the last budget does have his salary or whatever expense he's going to charge the village in the last budget. The expenses that have been given for raises in the last 7 months that nobody seemed to bring up or notice is not in the budget. So again, I say would love for Mr. Howard to be here, and whenever he's ready, I will sit down with any trustee, any residents, as well as Mr. Howard and his detective, and take a lie detector. There's more to what's going on in my situation, as the mayor knows, but I challenge Mr. Mayor to also take a lie detector with me. That concludes my report.
Is that it? Okay, guess that's it. All of these were comments either in support or not support of the either in support or not in support of Mr. Howard. So there's no response on my end. So at this time, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Trustees, I have an opportunity to speak. I understand that, sir. It would have been at the proper agenda.
Okay, but it wasn't.
And you allowed public
And
comment.
I did because, yes, okay. You guys have spoken enough. Well, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I appeal the mayor's
I'll
motion
ask
to
for a motion
adjourn.
to adjourn.
We're residents too, Mr. Mayor. You're not giving us the opportunity to speak.
I'm not going
Madam
to
Clerk, would
go, I see right now you're ready to rile up or whatever.
We appeal the motion to adjourn. And there's,
Motion and a second, there can be discussion on the motion.
yes,
You can vote on that.
Okay, but there's a motion, there's a motion to adjourn right now.
and there's an appeal to, I appeal that motion.
There's a motion to adjourn right now.
I appeal
And a
the
second.
motion, and there's a second to,
That's
on
why I
the
didn't
appeal.
want the trustees, because I see right now what's gonna happen.
Wait a minute, there was a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, I asked for a motion to adjourn, it's a second, yes.
No, there's no second. There's no second.
Trustee Johnson.
There,
So procedurally, your appropriate course is to call a roll call. If there's an objection to, if there's a no vote to not adjourn, you can vote the motion down, it's on the floor. Makes sense.
So you motion to adjourn, and trustee Johnson seconded.
No, trustee Johnson made the motion, trustee Carter seconded.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't, Carter didn't second. You second? Okay, all right. Okay.
Trustee Johnson? Yes. Trustee Carter? Yes. Trustee Williams? No. Trustee Jackson? Trustee Burns?
No.
Okay.
I motion, well, that's it. There's no adjournment. I motion to appeal the mayor's motion to adjourn.
You don't have to do that.
So we vote.
I motion to appeal the mayor's decision not to let the trustees speak.
Oh, you're talking about the next session of, yes.
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 I make that motion.
Okay, that's your motion.
Yes.
I second it.
Wait, hold it just a second. Hold it.
If you're gonna sustain the mayor,
Absolutely.
if you're gonna sustain the mayor, you vote yes. If you wanna reverse the mayor's decision not to call for discussion, you vote no. You understand? So we're gonna vote.
No.
Trustee Johnson? Yes. Trustee Carter? Yes. Trustee Williams? No. Trustee Sack? No. Trustee Burns?
No.
Before I bring the trustees up for their discussion or whatever they have to say, I will make this clear. If it gets out of hand, I will stop it. If you don't want to stop, I'll adjourn the meeting. Trustee Burns, you first. Trustee Comments.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I want to say that there's so much backdooring going on in this village. My head is spinning, and everybody else is doing the backdoor should be dizzy because their head's spinning. It's so many businesses that has come through this village that has not come before this board. It's not even funny. So for people to sit around and talk about backdooring, Jesus Christ, help us, please, with all the lies and the exaggeration. This Mr. Howard has come before this board. We have brought him to the board. We have brought him to you. We have brought him to the mayor. We have brought him to the attorneys. There's no backdooring done here. This man, professional credentials are clean. We don't know where this piece of trash come from, but it's trash, and we do not accept it, and we do not acknowledge it. In addition, neither does the mayor know where this piece of trash come from, so I'm sure he can't accept it nor acknowledge it neither. And if the chair is not going to recognize where it comes from, neither are we. Now, Mr. Howard can submit to a background check, which he has already said he would do. And we have also done a professional background, and it says that his credentials are cleared. So again, I don't know where this trash come from, but the professional background check that we've done says that he is cleared. And that is what we're going through, something that we can verify that is correct and right, not trash. That's number one. Number two, we're concerned about all the wrong things. This village, right now, our water bill is jacked upness. We don't know what's going on with the water. We paying all kind of monies. We don't know what's going on, and they won't give us answers. So listen, it is so jacked up. We don't have audits for 4 years. We don't know what's in any of these bank accounts by law and by right. We as trustees should not be approving not one accounts payable, not one, because the mayor and his administration will not allow us to look at invoices. They will not allow us to look at bank accounts. We can't get meetings with our village administrator. I mean, it is so jacked up, y'all. It's so jacked up. And you all know it's jacked up because you go to that front desk arguing every day about your water bill. And you can't get anything done in this village, period. I don't care if it's code enforcement. We got houses that's overrun with snakes. It's jacked up, y'all. I'm telling you it is. But we got people in here who don't care whether it's jacked up or not. And we have people in here with all the jacked upness that's going on don't want to get to the bottom of the jacked upness. I am a trustee and I'm a 25-year resident, and I welcome Mr. Howard to come in here and jack up the jack-upness, because some people finna get jacked up in here. So I can't wait till he starts, because it's time to jack y'all.
Preach, girl. Yeah.
Trustee Sauk.
Well said, Trustee Burns. Mr. Howard, I want to thank you for coming, even though it didn't turn out the way we planned it to happen, and it should have. And I won't say that the error was intentional, I'll just say it was an error. However, your position, I'm going to fight to the death to get you in here, and I don't care what it takes, and I don't care how many people fight against it. I am going to go forward no matter what it takes, because I'm determined that you should be in this position and you should be here to investigate all this nonsense, because there's a lot of nonsense. And I say nonsense, so I don't have to use a profanity, because I really feel that it's profane. However, we're going to do, I can only say me, I'm going to do whatever it takes. And I'm not interested in state laws read off a phone. I don't care, because it's going to happen. Things happen here whether we do it or not, whether we know about it or not. People get raises, we don't know, but they get raises. People get hired, we don't know, but they get hired. Now we want to abide by the rules? I don't think so. If it's good for one, it's good for everybody. So rest assured, I am going to fight for you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We talk about backdoor. Just before this meeting started tonight, there was papers passed out on the left side of the room. These papers. While we were in executive session, I asked the mayor, are these the papers that were being passed out to the left side of the room? Because people on the right side of the room have not seen these papers. That's backdoor. That's letting certain people have certain information, and that's what we deal with on a daily basis. Okay? I asked Mr. Mayor before we started this meeting to make sure everybody on this side of the room had this piece of paper. If anybody wants this piece of paper, send me after the meeting. I'll give you my email address. I'll make sure you get it, because obviously only that side of the room has certain privileges. Number two, there should have been 2 meetings here tonight. A committee meeting to discuss the resolution and a board meeting to approve the appointment. The clerk was given 2 agendas and 2 notices. The trustee who put this in order, Trustee Sapp, did everything she could, including talking to the clerk to ask her what she needed to do. And like Trustee Sapp just said, we're not saying it's intentional, but guess what? The board meeting did not get posted. The board meeting did not get passed out to the trustees, and we could not have a board meeting to appoint Mr. Howard today, which was the intention of the reason why we were here today. So all we could do is go in executive session. And rather than come out and bring the things out publicly that's on this paper that may or may not be true and may cause litigation for us because it's been released in the community to certain people. And Mr. Howard, I thank you for coming. I thank you for your diligence. And if there's anything in this paper that you feel you need to sue for, the mayor already said we got plenty of litigation going on. It'll just be one more. So thank you all for coming. I'm sorry we couldn't conduct business that we wanted to, but unfortunately, there's a little bit of backdoor stuff. Thank you.
Trustee, Trustee Coleman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's really not much more I need to say. It's all been said, okay? You know, I don't want to regurgitate, I don't want to be redundant or anything, but I promise you this though. Sir, you will be our IG. You will be our IG. We are going to see too. And that's all I want to say.
Okay, I love this because this always happens around election time. So, you know, this is something that I'm gonna have to be dealing with between now and April. However, if you do know anything about me, I'm gonna stay and I'm going to keep it above board. So, just because you say something is so doesn't necessarily mean that it is, and I will make sure that whatever it is, any accusations or whatever can be found. People put stuff out in the paper, and that's how papers make money. Negativity sells. Seems to me like, you know, you got people here that's on this board trying to make this board be like another city, that they think they can't get anything done there. If we cannot continue to move forward, what's going to happen to this town? So, that's what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm still going to move on because I'm not going to, you know. It just shows me just what some people want to do, and the some people that want to do don't live here in the village that's going to be held responsible to pay whatever it is they decide to do. So, only thing I have to say is I'm going to stay above the law. I'm going to do what the law tells me to do, what the state statute says, and move forward with that. And I hope that whatever the outcome is, that we abide by it like we should, but a lot of things that happen on this board. I even had trustees say that I'm dirt or whatever. That doesn't bother me.
Well, as a man, that's kind of unprofessional.
And I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. It's been moved and second. All in favor? Good night. Please. Good